Welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids with me, Khat Hansen. I am bringing you this show in an attempt to educate you about the forgotten creatures and beings that exist alongside of us on this amazing planet that we call home. Many of these hidden beings are elusive and highly intelligent. Our ancient ancestors of North and South America knew of and understood these beings quite well. Many people are coming into contact with these elusive creatures, and they do not have any knowledge or understanding of what it is they are seeing and interacting with. This oftentimes leaves these individuals fearful and confused. It's my intention to shed some light and share knowledge through this series. I'm going to help alleviate that fear and confusion. It is time for the light to shine through the darkness. If you are interested in sharing your encounter, contact me directly at khathansen@yahoo.com, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Hi everyone, it's me, Kat. Welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids. So, today is going to be like a weird lesson. I get a lot of people asking for different things, and that's why I kind of bounce all over the place, it seems like. But I try to keep everybody happy, so I try to answer as many as I can when I get requests, okay? So today's lesson is going to be on orbs. I know many of you have heard me speak about them. I have them at my home. I have some that follow me around. My kids have them. I've done interviews where you can hear me talking to them, or you can see them floating across the screen while I'm doing the interview. They're kind of everywhere. And that's one of the reasons people don't like to visit my home, because these guys are everywhere. You know, I want to say that they're intelligent and they are beings, okay? I want to say that as humans, you know, a lot of us, our eyes do not see, okay? And what I mean by that is our eyes are just lenses, right? They're just like a camera. And it's kind of hard to grasp what I'm saying, so give me a little bit of space here. Please give me some bear with me here while I try to put it into simple language that all of us can understand. As you know, my brain runs 90 miles an hour, so it's kind of hard for me to slow it down sometimes. Some of us can see them, and then some of us can only see them with the help of other tools, like cameras, where we use them on film, or we look through the camera and we see them, you know, or we happen to see them when we look at watching TV, or they'll go through a light beam, a specific spectrum of color, and then we'll see them, you know. Like I said, our eyes, for the most part, do not see. They're just lenses. You know, they're like I said, they're like a camera. They only allow, you know, different angles of reflections of light through them. Okay, that's why I always tell everybody, if you think that, for instance, there's a BF around you that is cloaked, grab your camera and look, because cameras are really non-partial. They do not have emotions mixed in with them. They do not have preconceived ideas mixed into them. All they are is just a pure lens. Well, that's what our eyes are, okay? Our eyes just allow the different angles and reflections of light through them, okay? So this information is sent by the optic nerve to our brain, right? And our brain is what actually is doing the seeing. It's collecting the information, you know, from the eye, and it fills in the gaps. Like I've said before, our brain is not our friend usually, okay? So it's filling in the gaps through what's known as the law of association. So if I see something that's a cluster and it's sitting on a vine and it's green and there seems to be a cluster of them, my brain is going to see that and say, oh, those are grapes, because it associates that, okay? That's the law of association. Associating what it has received, your brain is going to look in its memory bank, and it's creating or forming an image for you in your frontal lobe, inside your brain, giving you the perception of what you see, okay? So it also can be what you think you see. So if you see a guy in front of you, that looks like he's 10 feet tall and he's hairy and got big teeth and just is outright scary, your brain's going to sometimes, if it can't perceive it correctly because it knows it's going to freak you out, it will say, oh, that's just a man in a monkey suit. Okay? If you don't have the necessary knowledge in your brain, you're not going to be able to see what's in front of you. Okay? So that's where, literally it means the more that you know, the more you can see. So this is especially true, when we're talking about this type of phenomena like orbs or Bigfoot or, everything else that we talk about here. Dogmen, fairies, sylphs, everything like that, okay? So, because people ask me a lot of times, how come you see these things and I don't? How come when we're walking, you will stop and swing that camera up and take a picture of this? Or how come I heard the same noise as you and I was standing right there and you were telling me there's something there and I didn't see it? Well, this is the reason why, because you don't have the knowledge inside your brain to categorize what it is that you're seeing. So therefore your brain does its natural function and it says, hey, we didn't see anything. If we can't classify it, inside of our categories that we're comfortable with, or maybe even a little uncomfortable with inside of our heads, then you're not going to see it. That's what I'm going to tell you. Because that way I know that I keep your body safe, keep you from going into shock, and having like a heart attack, okay? So it's just the easiest way for me to explain it like that, okay? I guess what I want to say is we are vibrating, okay? Our bodies vibrate at 8.5 hertz, okay? Everybody knows that. That's our frequency, okay? That's the material world that you see around you right this instant, okay? Most people cannot see what vibrates higher than our own frequency, but some can see what vibrates at our same frequency and what vibrates lower than 8.5 hertz, okay, denser matter. How do we see these higher frequencies? Well, I always tell everybody, raise your frequency, and maybe I ought to do a lesson on that, because I get so many people who contact me saying, how do I raise my frequency? How do I get through, to my brain and make it realize that these things are out there? You have to learn the best way to raise your frequency is through your mind, okay? Your brain is capable, oh my heck, is so capable, people, of raising your own frequency, okay? You guys are creators. You guys a lot of you don't even realize this. We are creators. We are created in His image, okay? So we are creators too. And I know a lot of people out there are going to take this wrong and start freaking out, and sending me emails saying, Khat, you're saying that we create these monsters, that they're not real? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we are creating our own realities around us, okay? And we are allowing others to come into this reality, okay? Because this planet is a teaching planet, as I've said. And it's like a giant classroom, we interact with all these beings and they're here and they're allowed to be here to a certain extent. But on the other hand, and this is a big one, we have to not allow them to be here if they scare us, okay? I'm not exactly sure how to say all this. When you go out and you think you see or you feel that there is a cryptid around you, or an extraterrestrial, or some type of unknown energy pattern, if you could take your phone and just point it in that general direction, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see what it is you're missing. Okay, you don't even have to take a picture of it. Just use your phone, because your phone, as I've said, the camera on it is a lens, right? So the lens is impartial. It doesn't have the ability to be tricked. It doesn't have the ability to be duped into believing that it's not seeing something. So it does, okay? I want to say that I want to get back to what we're talking about here, and with orbs, okay? So you want to take pictures of orbs, okay? That's fine and dandy, but I think that you need to learn first how to acquire the knowledge to see them without a camera, okay? Every time you look at a picture of an orb, or even better, you take a picture yourself, you're building a new neural net in your brain, okay? This is actively making a new file. It's making a new file that's called, let's title it Orbs, okay? Through repetition of this and acquisition of more and more knowledge, you're going to start to see what was not possible, for you to see before. This is the same way that if you're out studying about Bigfoot, okay? The more you study it, and the more you see pictures of it, and the more you go out to where they are, you're going to start seeing them eventually. And I know this is true. I know it's true, because I have helped so many people do this, who were narrow-minded, contacted me, say, I don't believe in Bigfoot, or people have told me I have them around me, I don't see them, I want to see them, I really want to believe in them, but I've never seen one. How do I do this? And I tell them, I teach them how to do this. So believe me when I tell you that if you start taking pictures, just wherever you feel like there's an energy signature, take a picture of it. Just take a picture. And then you can go back and look, and you're going to start seeing that I'm right. Once you start making a mental file of these beings that you are photographing, you're going to start seeing them without the aid of a camera. Okay? So it's real simple. Orbs, these guys are like pure intelligence. Okay? That's all they are. They're these brilliant, pure conscious entities. Okay? They're conscious balls of energy. Okay? So that you understand what I'm saying here, we are only seeing the lower frequencies of these beings, okay, from our perspective, which is, the bottom end, or the round part. If you could see the entire being, they actually look more like a cone, or a pyramid, or a diamond, and in a lot of my pictures, I show people these beings, and you get to see that they are in the shape of what I'm explaining here. They're mostly, for me, they're in diamond shape, okay? The tail of them being a higher frequency, is why you're seeing just the bottom end of them, okay? There are a lot of different kinds of orbs that exist, people. You can call them a type of spirit if you want, or a soul, but I'm saying they're not really that. But you can call them that because it makes something so that your brain can comprehend and understand and wrap itself around, okay? It's just so hard usually for people to understand that a ball of energy exhibits consciousness and that it can respond to requests, you know? You can ask them to do things and they do them, you know, just to make you happy so that you are understanding that they are here. You know, remember I told you there's more than one dimension in our world, okay? There's anywhere from I want to say like 5 of them to forever, an infinite number, okay? Everybody always tells me, oh no, that's not true. There's only 12 or there's only 10. Bullpucky, people. If you don't walk where I walk, and you don't travel the realms that I do, then you have no idea, okay? And I'm going to call bullpucky on that one because there are an infinite number of realms, okay? Infinite dimensions. And in these other dimensions, other consciousness lives, okay? Sometimes they come with us. Sometimes they come to be here to learn. You know, they enter our realm, our dimension, and they communicate with us, or they just are here by accident, you know, whatever. They're here. You know, they've always been here. But it's only now that with so many people having the technology to grab them on film, you know, that we are actually starting to see them, you know, and people are starting to go, what is that? You know, when did that come here? You know, where are those from? Some of them have been here since before us, okay? They've developed here, you know, I mean, think about this, okay? 4.5 billion years old. That's us. That's us. I mean, that's young, okay? But seriously, it's not, okay? That's a long time for intelligence to arise on this planet, evolve, and die out, or evolve and move on to a different form, okay? So it's hard to explain, but there's just different types of them, okay? They've been here, like I said, forever. Some of them come here from different realms, you know, different dimensions. So it's just like trying to have people understand they're just like people, okay? That's an easy way to put it, but not really. We have orbs that have patterns inside of them, you know, some type of circular structure. These are the round ones, the ones that you see the tail heads of. But then again, there's also thought orbs. You know, when you have a really big thought, you know, a real powerful thought, or the entity orb, you know, has a powerful thought. Then you can catch that on film. I mean, because you're seeing it and visualizing it with your brain and projecting this out, okay? These guys are normally red in color with no patterns inside. Like I said, they're just a circular pattern, you know, circular. I guess it's a pattern. You know, it's the shape that they're assuming, okay? You're going to see that if you follow through with what I'm telling you and you learn to do the steps, then you're going to see that orbs can be different colors, okay? It's possible for you to see these guys, and once you see them, you can start figuring out which level they're from, okay? It's hard, it's so hard for me to put all this into words. We were created from origin, period. From Heavenly Father, Supreme Being, the Creator, whatever you want to call it, okay? From this point, 7 separate levels were created. You know, picture a triangle with 0 at the top of the triangle as a black dot. Okay, that's us. Then 7 different levels each becoming wider as you reach the bottom level, okay? As you drop the frequencies, slow down, the matter becomes more dense, and then you get to the lowest level at the bottom, okay? This bottom level is where we are at now. It's called Hertzian, okay? Everything you see around you right now is the material world. The next level above us is infrared. That's red, okay? Then visible light, then ultraviolet light, which is blue, okay? Then we slip into the next realm, which is X-ray. You know, we color that gold, okay? And then gamma ray, and that's a rose. That's not a red, it's a rose, okay? Then we have the great unknown, okay, the finite universe, okay? And we color that like a gold rose color at the top. That's at the very top, okay? These colors are important because they are the colors actually observed by beings who have ascended, or who have always, you know, like traveled between these 7 realms, okay? You know, when I want to talk about this real quick, when you are on these different levels, you're going to eventually come across like this small, intense, like magnesium fire white orb, okay? These are to be observers from the future, okay? Yeah, it's kind of scary when you think about that. These guys are here watching us, you know, to see what we're doing. You know, they're recording us, observing us, kind of keeping track of us, you know. And I'm not saying that it's right or it's wrong. It's just something that they've been assigned to do. Who assigned them? Well, the Creator did, or maybe Gaia did. I'm not sure, because when I've asked, I don't really get a real clear picture on that. But that's okay, because these guys, you know, are fun to deal with, to interact with, okay? For the most part, I don't really have bad experiences with them, okay? I do get annoyed with certain types of them, like the red guys. Red guys, I always tell people run away from them, because these guys are so moody, you know. I mean, they'll zap you. They're like electric, you know, they can zap the crap out of you, knock you on your butt. And I think they do it not out of meanness, but more out of a curiosity, like, what will happen if I do this? You know, like when you're a kid and you stick something in a plug-in, you know, you want to know, well, the TV turns on if it gets plugged in. What happens if I stick this in there, you know? And don't tell me none of you never did that, because I did it. I did it really bad. I stuck a steak knife in the light socket. I wanted to know what was going on. And then, well, my son did it 30 years later. So, you know, I mean, brilliance. What can I say? It's just one of those things where, you know, you guys are going to get to know these things if you follow the steps, you know, and you take the lessons that I give out and you learn them. You eventually get to realize that orbs are like the most beautiful ball of light that you are ever going to see, okay? They can appear wispy, you know, like see-through, like smoke rings or whatever you want to call it, to, like I said, this intense magnesium flare white light, okay? You have orbs that have circles around them, you know, like ripples. You have coronas, you have mandalas, you even get the ones with the Bigfoot faces in them, okay? You get bumps, knobs, tracks, you know, all kinds of stuff. And they'll be in one picture frame, or they'll be gone in the next, or on film you'll see them and then they're gone, or you'll see them with your eyes and then they're gone, okay? Once you learn to recognize their energy signatures, you guys are going to be able to start seeing them everywhere. Mine sit here. I'm sitting here in my desk right now. I'm watching 4 of them, okay? They are just everywhere. I have another lady who used to write to me, who thought she was going crazy because she would see them everywhere. I mean, on her hands while she was sitting at her desk, while she was working. You know, she was a nurse, and so they were following her around and they were attracted to her because she led an interesting life. She dealt with patients with, who, geriatric patients who were at the very end of their life cycle, and so they were drawn there to see what was going on with this life cycle. They didn't understand. In this way, they get to actually see it. So I'm just saying, these guys are hyper intelligent, and if you will open your minds and be willing to see them, just like all the other cryptids out there, if you put a thought into your brain that there is actually something there, you're going to see it. There's a saying, seeing is believing. If you can make yourself understand that the cryptids are out there and that orbs are out there, for instance, you're going to start to see them. I promise. I promise. So we need to work on making sure that our brains have a pathway to follow, so that way they can get to have the ability to start seeing all these cryptids. And I know some of you already see them, and you're a little bit more advanced than others. And that's fine, because eventually everybody will catch up at some point, and then we'll all be the same. So that's my lesson for you for today. I know it was a long one. I apologize. Sorry for driving everybody crazy, but I really did want to talk about this, and share this. So if you have any more questions or you need me to explain further, just let me know. You guys can reach me at khathansen@yahoo.com, or you can reach me right here at understandingconsciouscryptids@gmail.com. I'm always around. So everybody, I hope you have a blessed day. If you like the video, please hit the like and subscribe. Actually, hit the notify me. Excuse me. Notify me bell on there, because, well, quite frankly, YouTube isn't. I don't know what's going on. They're not doing the like thing anymore. So, please hit the notify you. And if you know anybody who you think would like this page, please send them on over here. Let them watch a couple videos. It can't hurt. All they can do is say, "What the hell is this crazy woman talking about?" So, that being said, I love you all, and I hope you have a super great day. Thanks for listening. Bye.